Hello there, welcome to this video. What are views? A view function, or a view for short, is simply a Python function that takes a web request. For example, when you type in a web address, that's a web request, and returns a web response. So a web response could be what is returned after you type in a web address. So the response that you can get returned from a view could include HTML content of a web page. It could be a redirect or a 404 error. It could even be an XML document or even an image. So really you can return anything as a response. The most important thing you need to remember is that a view is a Python function that takes in a web request and returns a web response. The view itself contains whatever arbitrary logic that is necessary to return the response. So whatever response you want returned will be defined in the view. For example, if you want an HTML document returned, that will be defined in the view function. The code for your view can live anywhere you want as long as it's on the same path of your Python installation. There's no requirement really for where you put it, but it must be on the same path or where that you've got Python installed. But for the sake of convention and to make things easy, they are kept in a file called views.py, which is placed in your main project or application directory. We've already moved up our template, our HTML template, into the templates directory within our app. So this is my index.html. So what I'm going to do is create a view that can be used to display this index.html template. So inside my app directory, my app is called to-do list. I've got a templates directory, and inside that templates directory, I've got another directory called to-do list. And inside that, I've got this index.html. So at the moment, I won't be able to display this template unless I create a view that will be used to display this template. So to create a view, I need to look for a file that is called views.py. This views.py is inside the to-do list app. So this is the screen or the sample code you get when you first open up the views.py. So this file here is where you create your Python views function for your project. So you can see here, they've told you here to create your views here. This here, anywhere you see a hash symbol, that is a comment. So that is not included in the code. So to create a view that will display our index.html template, I'm going to create a view with the name of that template. So to create a view, you type in def, that's what you use to define a view, followed by the name of the view. I'm going to call it index because I've got a template called index. And then, as I described earlier, every view takes in a request. A request is basically whatever you type into the web browser. So every view takes in a request. You put a colon, and then you tab down, and the view will also return a response. So you use the return method to return a response, and it is this render here that is used to display or return the response. This render here, this render method. So we type in render because we've got it up here. And then inside the parentheses for that render method or function, we specify the original request that was made. We'll do a comma, and then we'll type in the path of the template. So now this is what is going to be returned for the request. And the template is in templates, to-do list, and it's index.html. So what I need to do, in quotes, I specify the directory, which is to-do list. That's where the template is. So to-do list / index.html. That's going to be the template, which is this template here that this view is going to return. So that is it for this simple view that I've just created. So that will be used to display this index.html file. So now that I've created the view, for this to work, I need to specify the URL pattern. So the URL pattern is basically what's typed when the request is made. Then the URL resolver will have to look for the pattern in order to direct it to the right view, and then the view will call up this template to get rendered. So in the next video, we're going to set up the URL pattern that will be used to handle the request. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.